Alright. The bed seems rather stiff, but I can still rest in it. Maybe it's time to call it a night. Yes, it is. Oh, you're right. Stroll is downstairs. All right, so a little recap for those of you who this is their first experience or first time coming into stream on the Metaphor game, right? Actually, I'll give you the recap after we talk to more.
What exactly do you have against sleep?
Right, because apparently it's like the third or fourth time in a row.
An ally became a friend, and he awakened to your power. But his path was cut short. It is all too easy
RP
to
my
forget
nigga
the
Grease.
fragility of life until the tragedy of its loss. Yet, I feel his efforts were not in vain. He never turned from his fears and worries, unflinching to the last.
Okay.
Just as the lives of old heroes are passed down through their tales, so too will his heart.
Are you saying I can use his dead body for
The
XP?
story of an unsung revolutionary and all its power.
Can I use his body for XP? Yes.
Yet be warned, such power rarely awakens without trials. Even should you overcome them, your virtues will be tested time and time again. You must carry on, honing your archetypes and heart with painful sincerity. That is the first step towards changing the world. I have faith in you.
Okay, more. Okay, more. Alright, while this talks about bullshit, I'll talk about what the game's talking about. So our character, me, we are part of the 9th tribe. In this world, there are 9 tribes, but the 9th tribe, the tribe that we're a part of, is so rare that the other 8 tribes forget that we even fucking exist. We were friends with a prince growing up, but due to an accident, not an accident, an invasion on the goddamn prince, the motherfucker got cursed. The prince got cursed, and he's been under a curse for about 10 years now, 10 plus years. The kingdom has now labeled the prince as being dead. A couple years later, the motherfucker killed the king. The group that we're with, we're assuming that the same motherfucker that attacked the prince is the same motherfucker that killed the king. And that motherfucker, his name is Luis. Luis, if you've ever seen Berserk, he reminds you of Griffin a lot. This nigga Luis killed the king in his bed, and literally the next day when motherfuckers were like, what happened to the king? How could anybody kill the goddamn king? He goes, yeah. So who the fuck next in line? Cause we don't got a prince no more, and the king dead. So who the fuck next in line? Essentially what Lewis was saying, basically. And then yeah, that's kind of the story. And then what's happened since then is we were sent undercover to join the army. We were told to meet up with our contact. Once we met up with our contact, we would give him the go-ahead, and giving him the go-ahead would be like, all right, listen, nigga, we know you've waited your whole life for this. It's time you kill Luis. So we met up with our contact. We gave him the go-ahead. We went to the king's funeral. At the king's funeral, he was going to kill Luis. However, the king has this magic called King's Magic. So as our contact was going to kill Luis, the King's Magic stopped him and let Luis kill him back. Then the king said, if you want a rightful heir, it has to be voted in by the people. No more of this slaughtering bullshit, which is pretty ironic, seeing that he let Luis kill our contact. But now there's like this gigantic ass fucking stone in the middle of town that says whoever the people really want can actually be the king. So of course Luis is at the top. Then it's like the Pope in this game, the second in command of the church. Not the second in command. He's the second in the running, but he's the Pope. He's second in the running. And then there's some no-name people who are like third and fourth. So essentially right now we're trying to become king, quote unquote. So we are the anime minorities, basically, Cop, what's going on, brother? It's been a long time. How you been? Hope things been well. I've actually been thinking about you last couple streams. I was like, Cop hasn't been here. Maybe this is a game he doesn't enjoy. And it's been really peaceful since he hasn't been here. It's been peaceful times since this nigga Cop hasn't been here. You may come across items that grow your archetypes in various places, similar to Hero's Essence you receive from more. You can use them from the item menu. They grant experience directly to an archetype without having to battle.
Forgive me. There's one more important thing. You can visit as long as you have the calm and time to open a book. But when threats lurk nearby, we may not always have the luxury of attention undivided. And danger is an inconvenience so often encountered, of course. As such. A smart-looking fellow, isn't he? There's a special magic igniter embedded in his collar, too. Much as I'd like to join you in person, I cannot. I can, however, send his consciousness in my place. If you see him in places of battle, do stop to pet him, won't you? You'll find him a most helpful companion. If you would survive the trials to come, think not only of the powers you know, but how they might be combined. Now, until we meet again.
What does he mean by that? He always comes when we're trying to sleep, though, by the way. We can't ever get a good night's rest. Something's amiss. Has the crystal underground been shattered? No, surely not this quickly.
No matter.
No matter. Trivial all of it. More importantly. Alright. So this motherfucker right here, this necromancer, he is one of Luis's, I'm guessing, like 4 horsemen type shit. Similar to Fire Emblem Engage, but hopefully not as poorly written. As we've seen so far with these Atlas games, they have phenomenal writing. So my worry is like kind of unjust, but I'm still a little scared. Anyways, after the king's funeral, after he dropped that gigantic rock on us and he told us about the election, basically, this motherfucker showed up into the castle and he basically took control of the castle, and we're under the assumption that he's here to take the king's scepter. The king's scepter holds magic that only the king is allowed to. So the reason I think Luis didn't come to get to the king's scepter is because he's running for the king himself. So he doesn't need to steal it because he's already going to get it when he wins. However, he's sending one of his lackeys to come steal it because he doesn't want anybody else to get it. Make sense? We following along? I've been good, I've been busy. How about you? I'm alright, can't complain. New job on the way. Content creation's been going well. Ish. Yeah. So close to the Hall of the Royal Scepter. The plan is near its fruition and the calamity draws ever closer. Calamity draws ever closer. So what the fuck is this nigga doing, bruh?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Age of a new king. Apparently we only have like 4 or 5 days to climb the ranks and have the people vote us in as the #1 king. I don't know how, excuse me, I don't know how they plan on doing that, but
yeah,
surely before the day of calamity that he's warned us about. I don't know what he's plotting, but I want nothing more than to foil it. We can't let a tragedy that would rob this country of its future come to pass, not only for the prince, but for Greece as well. One last matter. I am yet unused to this strange power. Once we take the field again, I would look to another for orders. Nice. You seem to be best suited. That is the role you've been serving this far, yes?
it'll be all right.
All good.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
This is just the game like telling us like, yeah, you're taking command of this new character, so. What's the new job? I will be security in the hospital.
For real.
Now then.
As for when we return to the cathedral, yours is the final say, but we'd better serve by prudence than haste. Right, let's make sure we're ready for this. Gallica, when it's time to go, you give us the word. You've got it. Stay calm, everyone. You can do this. Okay. So we got a couple things to do. And by a couple things, I mean there's actually nothing left for us to do. This is the only quest that we have on our timeline, so I have 10 days left to finish this quest. Wait a minute. Maybe there's other stuff to do. A mission with a deadline has begun. Meet up with your allies at the catacombs entrance to challenge the Grand Cathedral. Failure to complete your mission by the deadline will result in the game over. You must defeat the necromancer before the day of calamity. On a given day, you have time to do one thing in the day and another at night. Dungeons can only be visited during the day, and you need your rest that night. If you spend time in town during the day, the night is yours. Okay. On the local map, there are icons indicating where you can hone your royal virtues, people who have requests, and where your followers are. Raising your royal virtues and strengthening your bonds with your followers is the key to obtaining new archetypes. Use your free time wisely and strive to be the best version of yourself. If an action will consume time, the choice will be marked with a clock symbol as pictured on the right. Keep this in mind so you can plan your activities accordingly.
Hey there.
Night shift? No, unfortunately it's the evening shift, which is gonna suck because it's gonna feel like it's my whole fucking day.
So,
With a little magic, I think I can make it float. Blade riding? While in safe area like cities, press circle to hop on your blade and quickly ride. You can increase your speed by holding R2.
What's happened?
Oh, that's fucking sick.
hey,
Riding a sword looks like somebody wants attention. Niggas just be hating for everything, bruh. Okay, this game's cool as fuck. Multitasking? It's all good, Blake. Do your thing, bruh.
Whatever.
Up to you, of course, but I wouldn't go anywhere near the Grand Cathedral if I was you. Rumor has it that Luis, you know the bloke, has sent his private army to occupy it. Unless you fancy losing your life, I wouldn't get tangled up with that lot. I apologize for making you shoulder the burden of captaincy, but if you have the strength the title demands, I trust you to wield it well. You cannot leave the Grand Cathedral in its current state. Shall we be off?
I see.
I see. Do not tarry over long, then. Alright. We've seen multiple people with these goddamn boxes on their heads. I cannot buy the medicine that my sick daughter needs. Yes, it is. Or, to put it more accurately, it costs more than what a Mustari in this city is capable of earning. My daughter won't be long for this world if I can't get my hands on this medicine. My heart aches to see her so racked by cough.
yeah.
You there?
What? Don't be ridiculous. We Mustari are treated poorly by the people here. But the people here hate... I forget. I didn't get a chance to read that. My reading skills are terrible. Mustari are treated poorly, but the people here hate the Elder even more. Okay. I've heard that an Elder are anathema to the Sanctus. Oh, wow. The medicine can be purchased at the church, but I doubt they do business with you. Well, it's a respiratory medicine called the Breath of Fresh Air. They sell it at the St. Firmus Church. I'm hesitant to get my hopes up, but should you somehow attain it, please bring it to me.
So, let's give it a shot.
Oh, and there's deadlines for this as well. Increases tolerance. The rewards for solving people's requests are not limited to just money or items. You can even unlock a new archetype. Okay, incentive to fucking finish requests. I like that. The harder the request, the greater the reward you can expect. You may be requested to slay certain monsters outside the city, for example. You can review requests you've already taken in the quest section of the main menu. Enemy difficulty is also noted there, so you don't have to tackle quests blindly. Damn, some requests have time limits. If you fail to complete a request in the designated time, it will be marked expired. You can no longer acquire rewards for requests past the deadline, so keep an eye on your time. You can review deadlines in the quest section of the main menu. Heard.
What's happened?
Zoe, have you heard the Brat remix album? And if so, give me your thoughts because I have strong feelings but don't want to bias the homie. Brat remix album? No, I haven't. What is that?
Hey!
Why?
Don't be so wary. I won't say a word about it to anyone else. On the contrary, I'd like to help you. I've got intel on the monsters within the Grand Cathedral, and you could always use more information, couldn't you? I'm what some call an informant. I sell information, so how about it? Any interest in paying for knowledge? Buying intel gives you more than just what you've heard from the informant. It has various effects such as unlocking information about enemies in battle using analysis. Informants can be found skulking in taverns across Uchronia. Consider seeking them out, especially if you want hints about what to do next. You can view information you've purchased in the item section of the main menu via the information panel. And this is pretty cheap. I learned about the current state of the, according to reports, it's teeming with monsters.
Hey!
If you're set on going into the Grand Cathedral, be wary. I've heard that place is a veritable den of monsters now. I haven't heard that word veritable before. I must assume this is the work of that man, the necromancer. Just the thought of bones and corpse moving on their own sends a chill down my spine. I heard they're weak to light magic. In addition, the skeleton ones are weak to physical blows. Let your fist fly and smack them around a bit. I also heard about a moving stone statue. Couldn't tell you why, but there's statues in there that come to life. They're apparently immune to sword attacks, so be careful. I've heard they're weak to wind magic, so if you're heading over there, keep light wind and weapons in your arsenal. That's all I know. I know little of your motives, but regardless, I hope you succeed. That man needs to be stopped to end this madness at the cathedral. Nice.
What?
Okay.
You're right.
That's good to know. I mean, I already knew about the light and the physical, but moving statues are now weak, or not now weak, but they're weak to wind magic, and we have wind magic as a seeker, but not as a healer. Brat by Charlie XCX got a whole remix album. Haven't heard it. Have not heard it, brother. The only music that I've been listening to have been the Apple Music Top 100. They dropped Apple Music dropped the top 100, and we've been slowly but surely working our way through it on stream. We've been putting it in a list and we've been ranking them. So if you want to rank them, you can hit !! Discord on the goddamn in the chat. Join the Discord, click your roles, and then once you click your roles, you can head over to the music tab. And the music tab should have detailed directions on how to get to the music. Everything that you see is, I think, what I've ranked. When I get to album 90, I'll post another screenshot of what I have ranked so far.
What's happened?
Robin was on the 360 album. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If Robin is the top 100 album that I think you're talking about, like album 100, that album fucking sucks. Yes, it is. That album was terrible. That was a hard listen to, I'm not gonna lie.
What's happened?
It was a very hard listen to. But yeah, we're on album 91, which is Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1. Last two albums, fucking phenomenal. Flower Boy is always one of my, Tyler the Creator, he's one of my favorite artists. And then Solange, A Seat at the Table, that album was so fucking good. She is so talented. For that to be 93, kind of feels unjust, I'm not gonna lie. But that album, Dude, she's so ass. I was mad because she ruined a remix with Young Lean. Bro, she's actually really bad. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, we listened to that album and I was like,
What's happened?
I'm like, this sucks. This album is terrible. Every time I see Maria's room or Fabian's face, I just can't shake the guilt. Can't blame yourself, brother. You're right. There's much more to do before we can feel sorry for ourselves. Shout out to Stroll, by the way. I thought I wasn't gonna like this character. He's grown on me. It's the became my ally, still took us under his wing. Perhaps I saw something of my late father in him. He was a man who put family first and country a close second, though they looked nothing alike. Still, I mustn't dwell on it. Greece would want us to focus on what's ahead, and he would be right.
Happened.
Shut up! Okay. So, there's this thing called popularity ranking, which is what I'm looking at now through the power of archetypes. You can see like where you're at in the popular ranking. As of yet, thou art but a nameless wretch. So they don't even fuck with us for real, for real.
Now, how did I wind up here?
Whose voice is that?
Now, how did I wind up here?
You can instantly travel to locations. Nice, there's instant travel. Love that for us. Go to the catacombs entrance at Comfort. Alright, cool. Now there's a couple new markers on the map which I want to tap into. I see one looks like a beggar, maybe. He's got his hands out and there's a potion. So if I give him the right potion, I assume it'll do something. The one that's kind of like in the middle, below the suit of armor and above the beggar, you can only access that at night. Everything else we're going to just gonna have to see for ourselves. I see something with the brain. There's a quest over in front of the shop. There's a arrow. There's actually another quest. There's a couple quests that we can do. So we're gonna head around the city for a little bit. We're gonna talk to everybody. Apparently we have 10 days. I thought we only had like 4 or 5, but 10 works for me. Oh, this is a shop. Okay. Another masked man. Greeting, elder boy. We don't see many of your tribe in the royal capital, though we're similar in that way. Have you heard of the Mustari tribe? We too are rarely seen in the Grand Tribe. I haven't heard of you. Of course. No, it's understandable. We rarely make ourselves known to the public after all. So then, any interest in our history and why we live our lives secluded and oppressed? I'll share if you'd like to know. Mustari history? Learning more about them may help us better support those in need, right? Sounds good to me. Understanding different cultures and points of view might improve my tolerance. That's going to take some time, so if you had other plans for today, let's come back at another time. I am going to come back at another time. Okay, so I'm guessing little icons such as this take time. 20 degrees Celsius, how hot? I feel like that's hot as fuck, no? How about a magic shop? It's closed during the day anyway. Besides, the place might be numbered. Forget Lycan? Okay. What's this? A fox? A dog? I don't know what that is.
You're not getting off the hook for that.
Got no executions planned for the time being. Or do you envy my job? Sorry, I got no plans of stepping down.
Off the hook for that.
You believe that this freak, he's not moving from that corpse for ages, even as the stink gets worse and worse. And never says a word, no matter what I ask him. You ask me, mind fog folks like him might be creepier than the cadavers. Mind fogged. Okay. Damn, this is disgusting. So day one, when we hopped into the city at nighttime, we did see somebody lay down in the middle of the road. I thought he was dead, but now that I'm putting 2 and 2 together, you can see he has the same particle effects going around his head as well. And apparently they're called mind fogged folks. That'll probably be the key to us getting elected. This is an assumption. If we can find a way to cure the mind fog people, we probably stand a really good chance of getting elected, because maybe the higher ups, you know, the nobility, they're not gonna fuck with us, but everybody else will. Because this is one of the first things you see when you come in. You see this man laying on the ground, just fucking cooked. Should be careful. There have been reports of Nydia Swindler around here. What? You're an elder? Oh, damn it. What's going on?
I'm just incredulous.
Okay, this might be the most populated we've seen this underground area, though. Do you have any medicinal herbs? My stomach is killing me.
You saved me.
People normally pay no mind to therapists like me, but you really helped me. Here, take this as thanks. Ooh, I'll take that. That was nice of you to make that man so happy. I hope he gets better. Are they saying the same thing they said the other day? Yeah, they are. And the little boy is gonna say the same thing as well. He's taught to say fucking terrible things about people who aren't his race.
What'll I do?
Oh, camel fit. What can I do?
Activist woman?
Excuse me.
You're of the Elder Tribe, yes? Have you had any negative experiences while here in town? Why do you ask? Because many people in this town use tribal differences as an excuse to do the most outrageous things. I'm part of a group working to help people whose tribal origins make them a target for harassment. We exist in cities other than Grand Trad as well. Right now we're collecting funds for our cause, but this cause doesn't seem to interest most people, so we haven't been able to raise much money. It truly pains me to ask this of an elder like yourself, but if you could find it in your heart to support our cause, just 250 or so, that alone could save one person from the dire circumstances. Does seem shady, but I'm gonna give it. Thank you. I swear I'll use your donation as best as I can. I don't believe it. You really donated. Are you interested in our activities? If you don't mind, could I discuss this more with you? There aren't many who support this cause. I know I'm doing the right thing, but the reality is so discouraging. Successfully encouraging the activists may help you to learn your eloquence.
I see. What can I do? What are you playing at?
That man, he does as he pleases, all while concealing his true intentions.
Awful.
Pay no mind.
Just awful.
What man is he talking about? One can only assume he's talking about Luis, the goddamn king.
Is this it?
There's actually so much you can do in the city, goddamn. Ugh, damn bloody noble. I can't believe he's making me go to the mausoleum. It's not like I can go searching unless that necromancer is caught. Okay.
What a cursed devil he is. Refantazio!
The white clad.
Refantazio!
Okay.
My husband? He hasn't returned.
Even in regular cities, you see people like this during the day, just fucking laid out. Just like fucking New York, bro. You go to New York, bums and people fucking drugged up just everywhere. Shit's bad. Wow. All this prejudice against elder like you is they're doing too, you know? Good to speak with a kindred soul under the church's heel. Take this. I'd like you to have it as good luck. Ooh, Magla pills are good as shit. Would I ever try Trank? I don't even know what that is.
But there are yet innocents in the Grand Cathedral.
Haven't a clue what you're talking about, bruv.
That's how you want to play it.
Cat, as in ketamine?
I can't believe you.
conversation.
What is it? What is it?
What the hell's wrong with that rock? It's got people's face growing on it. It's creepy.
So irreverent.
You dare call such a thing? I'll have you know the biggest face on there is His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden. Forden is the Pope that I was talking about. They seem to be the faces of people supported by citizens across the country, just as His Majesty in the sky said. In other words, perhaps the faces you see here are the people who've gained the public's trust. Yes, this is stuff we already know. Trust, you say? How utterly ludicrous. As if Luis could ever gain enough support. Forget the rock. Is it even safe for us to be here? The human back there is far creepier. Yeah, the nigga just left that corpse and it's been sitting there. He just fucking left it there.
Look at that. You little bastard, you.
You little bastard, you.
What is it? I can't believe it.
I can't even talk to bro.
I can't believe it. Right.
This is what happens when society trades their heroes. The demolition experts who help with the restoration like me, for ignorant youths like Luis. What is youth anyway? A sin. That's what. It's sinful to be young.
Come off it.
I can't believe
What's crazy though is like, okay, look at, he's part of a tribe of people. They're called like the Fogue people, right? Once they get to around like 50, 60, their aging process gets cut by like a third. So he's surrounded by a bunch of people who are talking about the youth, being those younger than him, not knowing what the fuck they're talking about. And that's because most of their tribe is these like 60, like 50, 60, 70, 80 plus year old people. And because they've been living like this for so long, people often regard them as these like wise sages. But then you get somebody like this who's been working in the mines, who's a hardened dumbass. He's now preaching to people who are even older than him. They're like, yeah, your way of living is right. Like, fuck the youth. And they're like, you know what? This motherfucker is spitting.
I can't believe it. You little bastard. What is it? What in tarnation's going on? What is it?
Okay. If we talk to the sentry, we can talk about the rock. We can go visit the human, so on and so forth.
It's
We bought water from her. I don't think there's much else to do in this area. If we wanted to, do you have something new? No, it's the same thing.
Can we talk?
you there.
In games like this, money is like,
Can we talk?
I stay away from the mallet. But in games like this, though, like the money that you get is inconsequential, bruh. Because I could just go to the Grand Cathedral every day and farm money if I so wanted to. Okay, it says there's a quest over here. Oh, this is the lady we saw in the very beginning. Igniter Merchant,
You're not getting off the book.
Country Noble,
Something up?
View of the Royal Capital. If I spend time gazing, I can get my wisdom up. Okay.
But why?
I'm getting a good gist of what's going on now.
Think I'll forget this, do ya? You little bastard. You little bastard.
Okay.
But why?
We also have business in the church. Oh, you know what this? You know what that probably is? Let me see. Royal virtues. Yes. Okay. So when we see marks like this is what they mean: imagination, eloquence, tolerance, wisdom, and courage.
All right then.
Right now we're at a 1 of 1. 1 out of 5. I mean, not 1 of 1. Can we make our way out of the city? Is that an option?
What's happened? Come off it. Wait. Yep.
Okay. So if we wanted to, we can.
Come off it.
What on earth are you doing? Oh.
And Elda, sorry, but would you mind keeping your distance from me? You fucking stink. You dirty ass bitch. No, imagine. No, wait. Are you perhaps the elder who's been frequenting the hushed honeybee inn of late? Maybe.
Grand, innit?
Well, for better or for worse, your tribe certainly stands out. But more importantly, your reaction gave you away. You do frequent the honeybee. You see, I work in a very high-end hotel as an apprentice cook, but so far, all I've been entrusted with are chores, okay? My dream is to become a 5-star chef. To that end, I've been researching the various cuisines of the city, and the hushed honeybee has caught my nose, if you will. I made the mistake of telling my superiors I wanted to go, but they stopped me cold. If I learn to cook from the parapet, it will damage our kitchen's reputation, they said.
Now what am I to do?
They told me if I even get caught setting foot in Sunshade Road, I'd be fired on the spot. I'm an idiot, and he doesn't even trust me. It's the same tired prejudice. Nidia are liars and cheats, and so on. So if it's not too much trouble, could I ask for your help with something? I'd like you to go help out with the cooking at the Hush Honeybee, and then report back to me about what it was like. The only catch is my employer has some high priority guests coming soon. So if possible, I'd like you to get back to me by June 19th.
If there's anything you can do.
I'd like to learn about the ingredients, what the kitchen's like, and of course the taste of the food. Naturally, I'll make it worth your while. How's that sound? Sounds good to me.
Let's give it a shot.
Oh, that one's 8 days. Okay. Apparently the honeybee is always busy at night, so we wouldn't even be able to do this.
Come on.
Okay, cool. We can go to that guy if we want to raise our wisdom. And then this is like the last quote-unquote quest that we have to do. I remember you, Elda. Seems I was right about you not being a local. I've heard the rumors. My sources suggest you and Greece were working together. I own a magic igniter shop, and I do have some sway with the residents of Sunshade Row. But you needn't worry, I have no intention of turning you in. In exchange for my discretion, though, for lack of a better word, would you be willing to do a job for me?
What? Yes.
A dangerous one. Shall we say, I imagine a colleague of Greece would likely have the skill and discretion required. However, perhaps I'd better look elsewhere. I didn't realize how young you are on first glance. I'd prefer to work with someone who already understands how the world works, to some degree. Too much risk otherwise. Don't want your death on my conscience. With a retort that demonstrates your royal virtues, you can gain the upper hand and win new supporters considering the type of ruler you'd like to be. Oh no, consider the type of ruler you'd like to be and respond well when someone questions your capabilities. I need at least 2 in this, and I don't have that. This lady owns the igniter shop, right? I bet the pay would be decent. Might be worth taking the job if it's nothing too crazy. Not my problem. I'd rather avoid the danger. Can you at least describe the job? I can't even say this, can I? That's what I'd like to say, but I don't have the wisdom to assess the danger in front of me. Screw with it, and I never heard of this drug in my life, and I know drugs make me feel washed up for being 3 years California sober for real. Not gonna be held liable.
Right.
That's actual person. I feel like she'd tell us more. Okay. So this mission I can come and do.
Whatever will I do?
Oh, she literally just said like, look at the people of the town. And that's literally this right here. But that takes time out of the day. I feel like there's more important things that we can be doing. Alright, so let's look at the map, right? Oh, wait, we gotta go to the church too. We haven't even gone in the church yet. Drink is xylazine, but I've never heard of xylazine. And then, I mean, if Blake hasn't heard of it, then I definitely haven't heard of it. If the drug guy hasn't heard of it, I'm damn sure I haven't.
This I cannot fathom. Ah, closure.
The scripture tells us that the Elder are a dangerous tribe. They are the inheritors of the treacherous magic that undermines the tenets of sanctism. The church offers charity to the people, but the truly devout know that the Elder are not people. Leave this place at once and be quick about it. Damn, that was fucking crazy. I see that you're an Elder. I'll not turn you away if you come here with a purpose. However, I do hope
Excuse me.
you will keep it brief. Damn, so that means everything here is gonna be like 8 times more expensive. Fuck. That's insane. Alright, well I need one of those. And I need... None of these would be any good besides this. What? Judging by the sword upon your hip, I'll take it you are a warrior. If you carry ornaments with hidden potential, I can purify them for you. However, no matter how sincere you may be, you are still an elder. You must demonstrate a basic understanding of sanctism. Okay, if my wisdom was informed, I could ask the church to purify. Okay.
Pray with me.
Okay, cool. Well, we got the I don't know. As we walk away from the pastor, he prays for us. He says, "Get this dirty nigga out of my church." Shaking my head. Is it a coincidence that we are a person of color too? I think not. I think not.
This I
I've done so much obscure drugs and I ain't even heard of this shit. Apparently it causes crazy sores and could lead to needing amputation. That's why I ain't heard of it, or it's too clean of opioids. Uppers for my shit though. RIP my septum shits. RIP my septum shits deviated.
Humans. Oh, you're not getting on the hook for that. You'll be a lifesaver.
Goddamn chat talking about crazy jugs. Shout out to Cop for coming back, bro. Shout out to Cop for coming back and steering the chat astray.
You there?
All it takes is one.
Thank you so very much.
Hey, no.
You there?
Okay, and then there's like a visual indicator of how far away you are from getting the level up. That's one thing I didn't enjoy about Persona is like you never fucking knew. You just had to like do things and hope that it got there. The visual indicator lets me know like, okay, I see.
Within thee, that brilliance. Now then,
Your character is measured by 5 royal virtues, each of which can be increased in various ways. Honing the royal virtues will help you solve your followers' problems and improve your relationship with them. You might improve your virtues by working, aiding people, or testing your courage. Try talking with Gallica for ideas. She knows a lot about the town and can give you more information. I've heard you can get it appraised at a shop. Anywhere will do. I'm afraid I don't know more about it, as none of those places would serve you.
Bye-bye now.
I must now administer the medicine to my daughter. Thank you again. Okay.
What's happened?
So let's fucking go to a shop then.
Aha.
Is it not this one? This one. There we go.
come to think of it,
All I need is OJ and a Bible. Fuck out of here. I love that answer from you, Blake. I do it all the fucking time. This one or this one? Yes.
hey,
Give it to me. All of it, please.
Hello
Costs money to get shit appraised? Nigga. A bracelet that slightly augments physical strength. Okay, heard. A golden EP. Give me that PP, boy. Pause. It's 3,000. Yeah, fuck it.
Good.
What'll I do?
Yes. I wanna damn, I kinda want a snack. I'm hungry. Low key, high key.
What'll I do? What'll I do?
What is there to eat? We don't have snacks.
What'll
We do have milk though. We have milk and I have graham crackers. I also have cookies.
I do?
I got cake mix too. Should I bake something? I'll bake something tomorrow. I'll bake the cookies. We still have the marshmallows as well. I'll bake the cookies that I made and I sent in the chat before. Wait, did I send them in the chat before? Cooking.
What'll I do?
I did send them. Yeah, I'm gonna bake those cookies again tomorrow. I want snacks.
What'll I do? What'll I do?
Just enough to get me to pass out. If it gets in there. Okay. So there's a couple things for us to do, right? Looking at the map.
Where to? Where to?
What'll I do?
We can't talk to any of our followers and raise them that way. At least not yet. We do need something to pass the day.
Just can't stand it. What's it all got to do with us anyway?
I don't want to go into the Grand Cathedral though. Especially not early on, because leveling up early on is kind of a fucking waste. You know what I'm talking about?
So that's what it's come to.
Can we go this way yet?
All right then.
No, dead end. And then talking to this guy raises our imagination.
Sure, but
Something of a history with fairies. Some stories about fairies before bed.
I wonder.
I see.
Okay. So it looks like all we can do right now is just choose to level up one of our skills. I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna do this mind thing because it shows us that if we do this to level up wisdom, we can talk to the sexy black elf right here. We can talk to her, and we can do stuff in the church, right? So this seems to be the most important stat to level up as of right now. And then after we do this, we can go back to the tavern that we're staying at, and we can help out with recipes and shit. That way the next day we can go and finish that other quest that we have.
Something up? Oh. Okay? Whoa.
Sure are a bunch of nobles on the main street and around the Grand Cathedral. I see some Clemmer, some Roag, and even some Ishkia. But if you head to the back streets, you see more Parapis. Guess that's what a class divided looks like. And then there's you, the only elder in town. It's crazy how people will say the most vile things right to your face. I don't let it get to me. It's very strong of you. But if anything does get under your skin, make sure you speak up. Let's not hide anything from each other, okay? Personally, I don't see much difference among the tribe, but I bet a lot of people will disagree with me. Gazing out at the sights of the capital with Gallica makes me feel like I've broadened my wisdom. And we get 2 points for that. But we're raised up quite a bit, just as much as we did for the other thing. Headed home while discussing the people and stories we pass along the way. Like every week, studying for the week's calm. Sometimes I think about this shit I used to do, and I'm like, bro, that's crazy. I can't believe the same me that exists now is doing that shit. Now I work with kids and shit. There's always that crazy pipeline. I feel like people who are heavy into drugs, and not like the crazy drugs, but more like the more psychedelics, right? End up in this like teaching children guideline. I got another friend of mine who used to be tripped out on acid and weed every fucking day. Now he works with special needs kids, bruh. Shit's crazy. Gets boring if you do it too much. Yeah, it becomes redundant. One day, on days you don't visit a dungeon, you have enough energy left for activities at night. You can visit followers that are only available at night or hone your royal virtues. Gallica might have advice on what to do. Back at the hushed honeybeam.
If you can help.
The only thing that could brighten up times like this would be seeing the smile of an innocent child. Just look at Maria. It's so sad I can't even bear to look at her. Things like this are hard to cope with, even for adults.
Hello.
Well, if it ain't one of Grius's chums, I have to tell you it was a real shame what happened to him. But don't you worry, friend. Everyone around here owed that man a great deal. I've got no clue what your situation is, but I won't turn you into the authorities. I have some secrets of my own, to be honest. Everyone here does.
If you can help. Fancy a bit of info?
Oh, so the informant has different things at night. I'm here for all this goddamn information. Please. There are a lot of ingredients in Grand Trad, right? If you want to cook something then. The butcher sells bedoe meat, and there are other shops that sell red grass. The water shop sells pristine clear water. Well, same as any city, really. And if memory serves, I heard something about being able to make a dish from Fabian's hometown. Why not try it out? I'm fucking broke after this, by the way. There's a stall at the market in front of the Grand Cathedral that sells red grass. You know, the herb that Fabian uses in a certain dish. Matter of fact, red grass originates from the region where you'll also find Fabian's hometown. It's not that far from the Grand Tribe. For that reason, the shop owner only sells it to his trusted regulars. Any stranger who tries to buy it will likely get shooed away. But you're no stranger, are you? You already know Fabian, and of course, you're also an acquaintance of Greece. So if that's what you're after, try mentioning him to the shopkeep. Get on that list of regulars of his. You'll be able to obtain the fairly valuable ingredients. Okay. Good to know. Like, instead of chasing money and stepping on people up a corporate ladder, educating the next generation is more meaningful. Being a teacher has always been, and should, well, it's not always. It should be valued way more than it is, and it's not. Teachers are looked down upon heavy. And when I say look down upon, it's not like if you go to like an outing or something and you tell somebody you're a teacher and they're like, oh, you're a teacher? It's like, oh, wow, you're a teacher. Wow, that's amazing. You know, you must really love kids, this, that. But then they find out like the tax dollars go to paying teachers and they're like, they don't really deserve that much. They don't really need that much. And it's like, we kind of do. We're broke as fuck. And you're teaching your kids terrible habits that we have to de-learn in these fucking classrooms. Don't even get me started about teachers that are also teaching their kids terrible habits. Have you guys heard about the fucking elementary school teachers that are giving their children these like melatonin patches to force them to go to sleep during like class and shit? Bro. Me too. I also don't want kids.
Incredulous.
Kids are fucked up right now. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just incredulous.
I think we're also still in the effects of like society that's so codependent on technology, especially with like the phones being in our, having access to the internet at all hours of the day. Like we went from a society in which like if you needed information you had to go to the library, you had to trust somebody who actually knew the information. Now it's like whatever the fuck you need is at your fingertips. So like you don't have to develop those social skills to go out and talk to people. Now it's like parenting has also fallen into that trap where it's like, all right, well, if you need to learn something, here, take this iPad and learn something. So now people are not as sociable as they used to be, and they're lacking in those social skills that come from going to school and all that. They definitely don't fuck with each other IRL. Don't fuck with each other IRL. And we're also in this point where with so much information at our fingertips, it almost feels overwhelming. So people are choosing to ignore a vast amount of information. So in a sense, we're as smart, if not the smartest generation that could be out, and we're the dumbest generation that's out.
Yeah. That reminds me.
There was someone who wanted to know what it's like helping with the cooking here. She seems so sad because we didn't help her out. Please don't make that face again. so she's still in bed.
What?
Please, if you can help.
Okay, so what we have to do now is we have to find a vendor. I forget, he said in front of like the Grand Trad or some shit. And he'll give us the ingredients for the red grass stuff. I'm pretty sure we already have a decent amount of ingredients.
You'll be a lifesaver.
Okay, he will also teach us about
Grand Cafe.
tolerance. This dog has been here. But this is also the first time we will be allowed into the shop, so this is interesting. Oh, okay, okay. Yep. That's some boomer shit. Yeah, it's real bad. And then you get like, I don't know, you get a teacher who like genuinely cares about certain things. Like I had a teacher tried to teach us how to write checks and just to understand like the very basics of taxes. And they got the funding for it. They got permission. So one semester out of the year, this is high school. This might have been like freshman year high school, freshman year high school or last year middle school. And she was given the go ahead. She taught a class and then they asked you to like write a report on what you thought of the class. And most people thought it was fucking useless because she's teaching freshmen how to write checks. And it's like, none of us have jobs. We're not old enough to work. So like learning this now doesn't kind of make any sense. It would have made more sense if we were like maybe seniors in high school. You know, some of us had jobs, some of us didn't. But now you're getting to this point where it's like you're coming into money, whether that is, you know, you got to pay gas for your car, you know, you go to pick up groceries for your parents, things of that nature. And it just felt like a kind of waste of time. So ultimately that class got canceled, but then now you're like freshman, sophomore in college and you actually have to do this stuff and you don't know how to because you were never taught. And it's just like, now that I'm older and I can look at it with some retrospect, I feel bad for the teacher because she was genuinely trying to fight for something that she probably thought us as kids need, but they shafted her by forcing her to teach freshmen, the least qualified group of kids to take that class. Almost like they set her up for failure on purpose, you know?
Say there.
I thought that was a bear from far. It's just a girl who had her head over like this. I thought that the whiteness was like her snout. Let's not discuss the legalities of my goods. Say less. Say less. You gonna tell me twice. I ain't gonna say shit. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. These are actually good as fuck. I just don't have any money. I'm gonna be so broke. I'm not gonna have enough for anything, huh? I'll hold off. Let me sell some shit. I've been holding on to a lot of stuff.
Now then.
These actually came in like super clutch during the dragon fight. The dragon fight should also be on YouTube next week. If anybody wants to go back and watch the metaphor gameplay. Okay, it's cool to know what we can get from that shop. It's nothing crazy. Shop's not gonna knock your socks off, but I can see what it can be used for now. We're probably gonna end up going back to the tavern and helping her out. But I'm trying to buy some... trying to figure out what I need to buy.
Hang on a minute, you.
What are you playing at?
What are you playing at?
Awful.
I can't. What? They said in front of the Grand.
Is this it? Oh.
Interesting. Is this the one they were talking about?
Hang on a minute, you. You there.
No,
Bye-bye
not this
now.
guy.
But my comrades in arms.
That guy he does is like a skateboard. There are a lot more shopkeepers at night, I see.
Dear me.
You've better taste than my parents. I can sell glasswork as well.
Please, if you might deign to help.
Whoa.
Welcome.
I'm pretty sure we've talked to the burly butcher. He's got Bedouin meat. We'll buy another one just in case.
Actually. Come again, mate. I'm chuffed. Wow.
I'm just getting the hang of making all this shit.
Oh,
I'll take some blue cheese.
can we talk?
Thanks. I'm chuffed.
Is this the guy he's talking about?
Oh, there.
Herb seller. Yeah. One of his friends, truly. I came from the same town as Fabian, so Grease and I met a long time ago. The man helped me countless times. I was quite sad to hear of his passing, though I think that, deep down, I always knew that things with him would end like this. Anyway, I couldn't possibly turn away a friend of Grease, so were you looking to buy some of my red grass? Yes, please. Yeah, I'll take 4, fuck it.
Talk?
Thanks.
Nice.
Can hardly believe such a thing.
Okay.
That's how you want to play it.
That's what we needed for the ingredients. Can we enter here? We can. You know what? Is this a good idea? Last time we were in here, we were in the army, but then Klinger fucking sold us out.
Wait a second.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, so we shouldn't be in here. Okay. So invisible walls inside this like recruitment place. But there's probably a mission that'll end up taking us back there someday. Because why would they let us back in, you know?
Hang on a minute, you.
Can we go here at night? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ridiculous. Damn it all.
Couldn't send a PDF the other day, is crazy.
Ridiculous.
So you could do the same task in the day as you can at night, huh?
But why?
Why? That Sam Louis.
First time in the bar. Like a private room in the back, huh? Stroll, what the fuck are you doing in here, bruh? I can hear Maria crying through the walls some nights. It breaks my heart every time. I hope we can cheer her up, brighten her spirits the way Grand Trad comes alive at night. Damn.
What am I gonna do?
Oh, an elder, huh? Well, I don't mind you coming in if you're just going to eat. Sorry, but could I ask you to keep your head down? The Sanctus pilgrims won't hide their contempt for an elder if they see you. Why do they hate the elder? Just so we're clear, it's not me who hates your kind, it's my customers. To be honest, I couldn't care less about tribal sensitivities. I once tried to hire a Parapus girl, but the regulars wouldn't stand for it. Something about her being filthy. Though if I could speak freely, I'd say the same thing about most of the Clemmer. The Clemmer are the most prominent group, by the way. There's no kind way to say it, but they're simply how things are in both the city and this country. Take care of your business and be on your way, please, for both our sakes.
What am I gonna do?
I gotta ask you a question, boy.
You are.
What's all this then? Not much to tell, really. Grand Trad is the capital of this country. So Lemio Street, where we are now, is where you'll find churches, igniter shops. In other words, the city's privilege are concentrated here. Straight ahead is the cathedral and nearby market, which gets lively at night. I saw. If you head down further, you'll find Sunshade Row, an unpleasant place, and where you'll find the gallows. Best to avoid that place, I think. And well, I think that about does it. Nobody else would talk to you, huh?
You are.
Is there anything to know beyond? It's all become a right mess. It's all that the customers chatter about now. Endless whining about how terrified they are of the humans. And I've got to stand here when their tears start flowing and the ale kicks in. But even after all that's happened, some of them still support Luis. Boggles the mind, I tell you. Okay. I know we've been at this for like an hour and some change, but we've gotten some pretty useful fucking information. Oh. A little bit of a recap, right? Luis, he killed the king. He told everybody who was like the king's right-hand man, the supporter and all that, he was like, well, the king's dead now, so who the fuck's gonna be king? Obviously expecting them to look to him to take up that mantle. When they didn't, and they said, you know, now is not the time, not the place, we'll discuss this at a later time, right? He killed KSI. Now's not the time, now's not the place, right? They said we got to worry about having this funeral. They had the funeral, and at the funeral, Luis drops out of the sky like a motherfucking angel, and he drops a human on the cathedral. And I can show you the human in a second. That damn Luis. Why are you standing in the middle like this?
Divination sees all things.
Stop that at once!
Okay, good enough. In most Atlas games, the weather plays a pivotal role on like whether you go to the metaverse or what's going on that day. You know what I'm talking about? They have like certain effects when you're battling and shit.
Hang on a minute, you.
But yeah, if you could see that gigantic fucking thing over there, that gigantic monster, that's a human, right? So he drops that human. He says, I killed them, and I can protect you from many more threats just as this one. You need to have me as king. Some people were like, damn, this motherfucker's spitting, bro. I don't want a gigantic thing like that to fucking kill me. Other people were like, why would he do this during the king's day, the king's funeral? He's fucking crazy. Prior to this event, Luis hired people of the army, motherfuckers in this cloak. One person in particular, his name is Klinger, right? The captain. He hired Captain Klinger to bring in all the new recruits to one of the forts and have that fort attacked by humans. Another example of why he needs to be in charge, because even the army can't protect people from humans, such as the one that he dropped in front of them, such as the one that were killed at the fort. Lore in this game is real thick. No pause. All right. Well, with that being said, we're kind of like just about all caught up in the lore, everything that's going on in the city, what we can and can't do. So we're gonna head back to the inn. We call it Honeybee Tavern. Actually, we'll head back to the tavern. We're gonna help Fabian with the cooking. We'll learn how to make that goddamn dish. As we learn how to make the goddamn dish, the next day we're gonna head over to that guy. We're gonna teach him how to make it. We're gonna get more stats, and then we'll probably head into the dungeon.
What is it?
I do want to learn about his lore, and I do want to learn about a bunch of other people's stuff, but as of right now, this seems like the best course of action.
Please, I'm just if you can help.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
You're a big help.
Let's get you prepped and into the kitchen, baby. Yeah,
Next
prep me
up
and put me in the
is-
kitchen. Clothes optional, please.
Oh, right.
How about we make a few tweaks to the dish? No, let's stick to the recipe.
Exactly.
Gallica and I poured our hearts into the preparation. A delicious aroma wafts through the room.
You did it.
Looks like I did a good job helping out. I feel like my tolerance improved.
All right.
Got +3 in tolerance. Okay. Decent ways up. Okay.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.